Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Jaron Enis. Get this, Jaron Enis destroys Thomas Dulorme in one round. Wow. Jaron Enis eliminated any doubt Saturday night as to identify of the best young boxer in the world. The electrifying Enis didn't even need one round to annihilate veteran welterweight Thomas Dulorme in their scheduled 10-round fight in Mandalay Bay Resort in Casino's Michelob Ultra Arena. Excuse me. Philadelphia's Enis, 28-0 with 26 KOs, one no contest, dropped Dulorme twice and knocked out the native Puerto Rican in just 1 minute and 49 seconds in the second of 3 fights Showtime televised. The 24-year-old Enis first floor Dulorme, which is 25-6, 1-16 after landing a right hand near his right ear barely a minute into the fight. The shot sent a stunned Dulorme to his gloves and knees. A determined Dulorme answered referee Michael Ortega's count at 7 and tried to fight out of trouble. He landed a right hand in exchange when the action resumed, but Enis ended their fight emphatically with a right hook and a straight left that knocked Dulorme flat on his back. Ortega waved an end to their short fight once Dulorme went down a second time. Let me counterpunch. I remember it was 2 days ago. A guy asked me, "Hey, Counterpunch, what do you think about the prediction of Enis and Dulorme?" And I said that Enis will get him out of there no more than 5 rounds. And I said about 5 rounds, he should get him out. I did not expect 1 because I knew Thomas Dulorme, okay, he was damaged goods. Yes, he's a veteran. Yes, he's had some wars, you know, the classic war he had with Denis Ugas, which was a very competitive fight. Okay, he dropped Ugas and Ugas dropped him back, and you know it went to a decision. But Dulorme has had his fights. You know, he's fought Terrence Crawford. He's been in a lot of tough fights, and I think at this point that even at age 31, you know, if I'm his manager, promoter, I wouldn't have him going up against guys like that because it's almost like how they did to Sugar Shane Mosley, and Dulorme's nowhere near the pedigree of Sugar Shane Mosley, you know, but he just got beat everywhere down. Let's look. All right, Jaron Enis knocked him out first round. Okay, Imantas Stanianis, unanimous decision. Jamal James, unanimous decision. He had a draw with Jesse Vargas a few years ago. He lost to Denis Ugas, of course. Then Terrence Crawford. Luis Carlos Abrego. All right. And, you know, and up until then, he had a pretty successful career. But if you look at the levels and all the fights, I think he's had a lot of fights. And Jaron Enis is another addition to those guys that, you know, he got beat by the top elite. But if you look at all these unanimous decision losses of him, those are actual beatings, especially with a lopsided scorecard. And those are the type of fights that cripple a fighter over time, okay? They are not the same. You don't have to get knocked out in the sport of boxing to go in one way and then come out one way, okay? If you take a constant beating round after round after round, you're going to have damage. And it may be long-term, and I hope he has a financial plan. I hope that he saves some money because there's nothing else after that for him. And really, you wouldn't want him to see anything else in his career because he's fought everyone. You think about it. He's the type of guy that should be that throwback guy that these fighters should be doing to this day, and he's still doing it to this day. But Jaron Enis is that guy, which I think he's going to be the next Terrence Crawford in the making. I don't know if he will ever fight Terrence Crawford, but Terrence Crawford is a guy that is definitely top for top, like number 1, 2, or 3. Take your pick. Best in the world. Okay. And Jaron Enis is one of those guys that wants to show that the welterweight division who he's about. I would love to see him in there with Errol Spence. Why not? You know, because Errol Spence is younger. Even though I think Terrence Crawford, I think is 34 now. See, those are the type of ages that it's kind of tricky. Are you still good enough to take on some fighter that's younger, that's still pretty good, that's very good, and he's on his way up? Those are the questions you ask yourself. Or is it, hey, your best times are behind you, so don't go anywhere near young Jaron Enis. So it was a spectacular knockout. He made it short and sweet, and it shows you that he's no nonsense, and he's not comfortable with just scoring points. Okay, he wants knockouts. Look at it, 28-0 with 26 KOs. What does that mean? That means he likes to get you out of there. And Thomas Dulorme was in his way, and he made quick work of Thomas Dulorme. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Jaron Enis destroying Thomas Dulorme in 1 round. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.